name's James, and this is a Chromeg lowdown. Chose the lowdown because I got the opportunity to demo one and just fell in love with how the chrome felt when I hit corners, and it just pops out of it. It's quite magnificent. I guess as far as mods go, this is basically just a custom build. So Zeb Ultimate fork, turbine cranks, XO1 drivetrain, XT brakes, 1-up dropper. Yeah, I'd hold 9 yards. Yeah, I like to put a pretty meaty grip onto it. So these are actually the meaty paws. And then I don't think I can ride a bike without at least a 200 mil dropper. So this is a 1-up 210 dropper. The Zeb Ultimate has impressed me quite a bit. The Zeb over the 38 for me, because it kind of, I wouldn't have said that previously before, because I did like how the the Fox 38 stayed fairly high in its travel and didn't kind of dive into it. But with the new Zeb, I find that with the buttercups, you can kind of feel that plushness off the top, but then it doesn't just dive into the fork. It has this really nice support in the middle, so you kind of get best of both worlds. A really plush fork with a lot of support. I like Ushunta is probably my favorite trail. It has a mix of everything, loam, tech, and some flow at the bottom. So you get kind of everything, best of both worlds in one trail.
Nice. All right, so what's your name and what kind of ball do you have there? What's your favorite part of the ball? Do you have any future plans for the ball? My name's Cam, and I have an Ibis HD6. I feel like the bike chose me, I guess. Chose it because it ticks a lot of boxes, I suppose. And it's important for us to understand our customers' experience. And yeah, I think it's going to be a popular model for us, but just, has that big bike capability and a bit of the all-rounder versatility. So picked it for those reasons. Yeah. Aside from just switching the brakes to XT from the Code RSCs, that's one change I made. I was really curious to try the transmission, but I did want my XT brakes, so I made that sort of switch. Also made a few mods. I went with my 1-up carbon bars, which I quite like the shape of. Also picked better wheels, so I went with GT 350s laced to convergence rims. So yeah, a nice ride quality, great durability, and fairly light and robust. Just a nice kind of balance. Yeah. So the one adjustment I make to all of my bikes is typically I just swap the wheels off and put something really robust on. Oh, also tires. I'm really smitten with these Cryptotal tires, I should say. Yeah, Cryptotal DH casing tires. That's one thing I wanted to continue with, just so that I can, have that same feel from bike to bike and the consistency, so I can compare it to the lowdown or other bikes I've ridden this year. So, ooh, it's a tough one. I would say I am fairly smitten with this. Our designer's mountain, alpine floral water bottle. I guess it's not attached to the bike, but I am smitten with that. But no, I would say really just the wheels, the DT 350s on convergence. Yeah, wheels are so good. Weir One wheels are great, and the DT 350 hubs are super reliable. So I think that's my favorite sort of workhorse part on the bike that I identify with. Yeah. Ooh, I think there's a few curiosities I have. Be interested in trying an O-chain on this bike. Just a device to decouple the pedal kickback from the back of the bike. Not that it needs it, but I think it might give it, even more small bump capability, even more of that small bump feel. No, it's pretty dialed. Yeah, it's pretty much set. I don't know, not much to do. It's actually really, it's a blue trail. I'd say Sidetracks is maybe my favorite local trail. Even though it's kind of tame, I like that feeling of it's a bit of a reset when I ride it. It just kind of like reminds you of how to corner, and it's a bit of like a cornering clinic. So yeah, I like sidetracks. It's not crazy and exciting, but it's definitely one of the faves. Yeah. Oh, and Puma Grande maybe is another one I quite like. Yeah.
My name is Pierre, and this is my Forbidden Dreadnought. I wanted to try out the high pivot, and I wanted something with very little maintenance, so went towards the XO drivetrain. I've changed the cockpit. I went for the carbon one-up bar, the death grips, and other than that, I have Dreadnoughty on the top tube and my safety donut on the back. But otherwise, it's pretty much stock. It was such a good spec that there wasn't much to do. I like to make sure my bite point is really far out on my brakes. And other than that, I try to get my standover as low as possible, as much clearance there as I can. So actually I did change that dropper post to improve that a little bit. Probably the new codes, really like those this year, and we'll probably change the rotors to the HS2 at some point to try those out too. Loamzilla.